Welcome back to Poddy Time. I'm your host, Reid Chandgie, and today we're joined by a very special guest. She's beloved by, I think, everyone. Her name is Reid. Reid, introduce yourself.
Hello.
Before this episode begins, I just want to thank my viewers, my teachers, people grading this project. It's been a great experience. So this is my last episode, and it's helped me learn a lot throughout the variety of guests, through all the editing, through all the production. And it's been a really fun journey, and I'm really glad I did it. So, Reid, to get started, I kind of wanted to an intro on why are you so weird?
Okay.
No, I'm just kidding. That's not the start.
Oh. Sing!
So to start, Reid, I wanted to talk about your path as a swimmer because I
Right.
know you've been following in my footsteps for a little bit, but when I started to leave and you kind of started to branch off, do your own thing, make your own friends, and all that in between, I kind of want to know where you're at and what are your goals for the future and everything you're looking forward to.
Yeah. So, can I talk about these photos?
Of course.
So this was when the combined team won the senior states this year. And then this was right before I won the 50 free for high school swimming. Those were really good moments for me. I would say that like this year it's my first senior season. It's like 15 and over. I've never really competed with this type of athleticism or anything. And I was trying to get my short course finite cut. As you know, I was trying really hard, but it's really difficult to get. And I was only 0.3 about off of the cut on the 50 freestyle. And so I did as many meets as I could to try and get to it. But I was close, but I'm not really disappointed that I didn't get it because I don't want to miss a week of school next week, unlike some people. And then we're starting a long course soon. I would like to get another long course national cut because I have one in the 50 free, which is my biggest accomplishment ever. But I would really like to either get 100 free, 100 fly, maybe 2 IM.
Mm-hmm.
All those fancy little things. And I love long course, so I'm
Yeah.
looking forward to that.
Well, I asked this question in our practice episode, but I was like, man, I nailed that question. So I really want to ask it again, and I don't want to make me seem egotistical or anything.
I already know this, yes.
Because I've been swimming for a really long time, I think I'm coming on 8 years now. And I like to think I've set like my pathway in my family and this team and everything in between. But I just want to know if it's been difficult to kind of be known as Wade's brother for a little bit, and how you've set yourself apart, and how you plan to distinguish yourself, and if there's any challenges with that, or if you kind of enjoy being known as that for a little bit.
Yeah, when I did the Malden High School swim team in 8th grade because they let me, and I went to Langston, so it's kind of random, but it was a really fun season. And at the end, we all got paper plate awards, and my award was, "Are you Wade's sister?" Like that's what it was called, because basically the whole team asked me that, and multiple people more than once, probably like Oliver Stoll multiple times before he even knew me.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I love being your sister. You're
Yeah.
so amazing. So like I think it's a compliment.
Yeah.
Every time someone's like, "Are you Wade?" Like, yes.
Thank you.
Yes, I am. But again, it's also like people think of you when they see me, but I'm like, I can do stuff too. So,
Yeah. And are you proud of it? Like only in the swimming realm? Like, is it hard to live up to being, I guess, sprinter, or is it more like being a different person?
I would say more of like a different person,
Mm-hmm.
but because I guess since we both sprint and we both kind of love freestyle and fly, like we're big on both of those things, it's kind of like I'm following your footsteps, but it's just, I don't know, I just love doing that.
Yeah.
I will also say, in context of school, when I get called out for being Wade's sister, they automatically think of a bad reputation.
I don't know why they would think that though. I'm really good at school.
Right. Like Miss Cruel was like, "Oh, I got another changing in my class. That's horrible." Mr. Fleming.
Yeah, I set a bad reputation, so
No.
sometimes it's kind of hard to get through.
I'm just kidding. No, it's funny. I still like being called your sister
Yeah.
at school. I think it's funny because now everybody knows me because of you
Yeah.
in high school, so that's
So
fun.
you've got some clout.
Yeah, I've got some cut.
All right. Well, moving on here. This is a new segment I've kind of wanted to especially do with you
Okay.
because no one else kind of relates and would understand what I'm talking about as much
Oh, no.
as you would. So this is a little game I call What Do We Say?
Okay.
And I've got this paper here. I'm not going to show you what's on it,
Okay.
but I'm going to show the audience.
Let's
And
see.
basically,
Oh, okay, I know.
you know what we're doing here.
Yeah.
It's what does yada yada say when something happens, and then you have to like quote what's on this paper that I've got for you.
Okay. Hopefully, I can get one.
Yeah. Okay. I think they're pretty easy. I think you've got this.
Okay.
So, I hope you can see this. Number 1. This is what I'm going to ask first.
I'm excited.
Okay, Reid. What does mom say when we walk in the door, either coming home from school or coming home from swim practice, and she's just really excited to see us? Like, what is like the thing she yells out when we walk through the door?
I was gonna say something else. She says all the time, but it's not that. Okay, let me think. How was your day?
That's good.
Anything else? Okay.
But just in general, like in a greeting, like
Okay.
what does she say?
The nickname?
No, just like, what does she say? Like, and then she just says,
Let me think.
I'm gonna give you 5 seconds. The answer I was looking for was, hi! Hi, guys!
Hi!
Love Kelly. All right. So
Yeah,
for this
that's a good one.
next one, I already showed y'all this. Number 2 is what is something that me and you came up with when we were sitting on the trampoline, and it comes out to be kind of ironic because I do have one now.
Oh my gosh. This was when we were like little back in my
kids.
prime. It was the trampoline was in the middle of the yard.
Yeah.
We didn't have the pool or anything. I
have
no mustache.
mustache.
That's what we used to say. I think it was because remember I had that sweater with the mustache in the middle.
Yeah, I think it had that to do with it, and
Also, that's
because
when
mom
you
would always get mad at me for not shaving.
Yeah, and now you have a mustache.
And now I have a full-grown mustache, and she still hates it.
But tomorrow he's shaving that off.
Sadly. Okay, so number 3 we've got here. This is something I say a lot.
Okay.
It's when I'm trying to act like nonchalant and I'm just like cool, and someone would say, I'm badass. Like,
I'm a Banff.
boom. That was off the dome.
Just a Banff.
Yeah, I'm a Banff. Badass mother fricker. And we're allowed to curse on here, by the way, so it doesn't really matter, but I'm not going to say that.
It's a Banff.
Okay, number 4. We've got 5 of these.
Okay.
Number 4 is something you say when someone can't find something. It's like,
oh, I got it.
I lost my yada yada.
Okay, give you an example. So I can...
It's like, where are my keys?
I ate them. It's such a random habit I've just gotten this past year. It's so funny to me. I ate it. Someone's like, where did Claire go? I ate her.
You ate it. And then our last one is something that I originally started saying, and Ford really caught on to it, and I think the whole family kind of. But it's something you say when you're really mad. You like throw your hands up. You're like,
oh, I'm effing pissed.
Boom.
I'm effing pissed.
She's effing pissed. Well, that's all I've got. 1 through 5. That was really good. You went 4 for 5.
I could have gotten the first one.
You could have gotten mom.
I wasn't locked in.
But you kind of got it.
I had the idea.
All right, moving on from What Do We Say, we're going to talk about Reid's newfound love for music.
Yippee!
So, Reid has an Instagram account, and it's called reid.guitar33. And I like keeping up with it sometimes. I really should keep up with it more, but she's found this love for guitar and love for singing. I mean, she's always loved singing, but guitar has been a new passion for I mean, it's been
3 years?
2 years, yeah. So it's been a while now, but it still feels fresh to me every time I hear a new song. And I kind of wanted you to dissect maybe like some of your favorite songs you've written and how you've kind of progressed as a, like maybe writing your own songs or
Right.
like how you've progressed as a guitar player and everything like that.
Okay, so first I remember coming home from the bus in elementary school and telling mom that I wanted a ukulele, and she was like, "Ford and Way to ask me this," and they outgrew that in like a week, and I remember I kept on asking like daily or weekly for a ukulele, and then for I think either my birthday or Christmas I got it, and I would not stop playing that thing.
Mm-hmm.
You probably heard it echoing in the house the whole day. Um, I loved the ukulele, but it was kind of easy. And about, I think it was 2 years ago, I got my first guitar.
Yeah.
And it's literally my prized possession. I love it so much. I collect stickers and I put them on it. It's yellow, like, which is one of my favorite colors.
Mm-hmm.
But it took me a while to learn because you might think the ukulele and guitar is pretty similar, and they are, but guitar's just like a level up from ukulele because it's a lot more complex. But I'm self-taught, so what I did was first I looked up all the chords to try and like memorize them and get used to it, and then I used YouTube for like not songs yet. I wouldn't like learn specific songs because I didn't know how to do that yet, but I would do like small sections of songs that would help me to just get more fluent with the different chords. And then I started doing full YouTube videos to like search how to play the songs, and obviously it takes a couple days for me to learn it, but it was fun. And now I use this app that just, you search up a song and it has so many different variations for it, and it just gives you the lyrics and then like the chords that you play for that part, and you can kind of freestyle it your own way. The thing that I still think I need to work on more is finger style. It's like, you know, when you're like picking
you, like,
the
pluck it.
Yeah, you like pluck the string. I'm not very good at that. I only know like 2 or 3 songs like that. I'm more of a strummer and singer, but I would really like to learn that. And our dad's friend, who we went to college with, and he like roomed with him, he's very, very good at guitar, and he's starting some lessons with me, and hopefully I can get better at that. Yeah. Another thing is bar chords.
I don't know what
my
that means.
worst nightmare. It's when, you know, on the fret you have to use your whole finger, and then that, like, you have to make it straight. You'll probably see that in different videos. They're so hard. So
well, I wanted to know, is there like any, I mean, you've created songs kind of recently. I mean, this whole Instagram thing is within the past 6 months. Is there any song in particular that you feel like you've nailed and is your favorite to, I guess, sing? But, or is it like more of it kind of, you always continue to grow and find new and favorite songs?
Yeah, I think it's both. I love learning my favorite songs, but then there are some songs that I learn and they just hit different, you know what I mean? Like this one is, what's it called? I don't even know the name, I just love the song. Do I Want to Know? But it's Hosier's cover. Hosier's like my favorite artist ever. So it's like an acoustic version, it's very slow, and I really like it. And then another one is Alabama Hate. That one is not a very popular song, but I love playing it. It's so fun, and it's not that hard to learn. And then one song I actually don't love playing, but it's one of my favorite songs, is Yellow by Coldplay. It's kind of too boring. It's too easy
it is a
for
little
me.
boring.
It's too, well, okay, I like the song. It's too boring to play.
Yeah.
So, but I don't know. Yeah.
Well, I'll pull up the Hoosier song in the video, and you'll be able to listen to it for yourself. But that kind of wraps up that section of your love for music. And moving on, we've got a segment I do with everyone. It's called Caption This. And if this is your first episode, what you do is you just go through different Instagram posts and different images that you've shared throughout the years, and you kind of just describe that moment or describe your feelings in that time. And I kind of just want to dissect and get further into the picture. Sadly, with Reid, I know a lot about her already, so it was hard to find a lot of Instagram stuff that I didn't know, but there's a ton of stuff she's going to be able to share to you guys, which I'm really excited to hear about.
Okay, that's good.
So starting off, we've got Reid's first Brazier dance. Is this
Brazier homecoming dance.
Was this your first? You had fall formal? Okay, Brazier homecoming dance.
Sorry.
What I wanted to ask you about the start of the homecoming dance, had the dance itself, what you did after, your date, yada yada.
Okay, so trying to remember. It was kind of more chill than fall formal for me because the friend group was a lot easier. We just went to downtown Simpsonville and got like ice cream, got some food, took some photos. It wasn't like everybody meet up at this time.
Bro. Oh, you probably got a lot of food.
I actually had 2 pizza bagels with Emery. We both got 2 from Sully Steamers.
She's fat.
Really good. Okay, bud.
Continue.
So, yeah, we went to Sully Steamers, ate there. I went with my best friend Lauren. I've known her for like 10 years. She's my little bae. I call her Tata. This is Grace. I met her this year. I love her. This is Anna. She's amazing too. That's me. And that's Emery. I took him as my date. He's just my friend though for swimming. Yeah. We're just swim friends.
So pretty good time. The dance itself was pretty good.
Oh yeah,
too.
the dance was fun. And I got to make an interview for the Brazier.
Had to do a little Poddy Time kind of thing.
Yeah, for the Brazier Instagram page, I got to interview different people and like ask what their favorite part of the dance was and everything. So
DMC Bengals, go drop a follow. Me and
Reid
are on there sometimes.
Oh, yeah.
Not a lot, but we're on there.
We're on there.
Moving on, we've got we've got Y Nationals. This is a very special event and place for me because I've been going to Nationals for about 4 years now, and it's coming up next week for me, and there's nothing else to describe it, but it's just like the best week of my life.
Oh, yeah.
It is
so
everything
awesome.
I've ever loved about my sport, about my friends. It's just the highs of the highs in both of those worlds while competing in what you love. And Reid got to experience my love for it for the first time this summer, and I kind of wanted to know how you felt about it.
It's so worth the hype. People hype it up. I would hype it up even more. It's so fun.
Yeah.
Like, you're doing your favorite sport with your favorite people for a whole week, and you get to room with your best friends, and you get to like hang out with your best friends. It is tiring, I will say. And I only had one event, and the rest were time trials, but I was dead. Oh my gosh, I loved Nationals so much, and it was long course, and we went to Ocala, Florida for this one, which was the first time they did Nationals there, I think. And there was an outdoor pool to warm up in. That was fun, although it was a little cold.
Yeah, and all the girls are in this picture, and
Oliver. He jumped in at the last second.
Yeah, well, I just kind of want to know your opinion on that.
Oh my gosh,
it holds a really nice place in my heart. And then our final one this is another special one to me. We've got this is the Billie Eilish concert out in Atlanta, and we've got her kind of in the bottom right here. Billie Eilish for me is one of my favorite things on the planet, and it's something that me and Reid share very deeply, and it's something that always connects us when we don't know what to play in the car, when we don't know what to talk about. She always seems to sneak her way into the conversation, and we got to see her live for the first time, and it was the best performance, most angelic music I've ever heard, in my opinion. But I kind of want to get your opinion on it and how you were with my friends and everything like that.
Yeah, so Wade got tickets to the Billie Eilish concert for his birthday, and he could invite 3 people, so he picked his girlfriend, one of his best friends, and me, which was really nice. I'm so glad I was actually about to wear this shirt. That's funny.
Yeah.
But that was probably one of the best nights of my life. Every song was amazing. Her like performance on stage, her presence is amazing. I loved going with all of you guys. That was really fun. Because all of them love Billie Eilish. If you took John, like I love John, but he doesn't love Billie Eilish.
Yeah, he doesn't know it. All right, that wraps up our segment of Caption This, and we're gonna move on to something that's been I've been concocting for a little bit. I don't think Reid has any clue. I've been doing this for about a week. Basically, I wanted to, before we kind of hop into what I've made for you, I wanted to talk about the kind of struggles you've been through recently. I mean, we can go all the way back to knee surgery, and we can talk about POTS syndrome and just freshman year as a whole, but I kind of wanted to dissect it one by one. With POTS syndrome, Reid was diagnosed with this
a few months ago,
and she'd been struggling with it for a little over a year by then, and I'll let you describe it a little bit more, but what is POTS?
So, it's a really weird... postural ortho something syndrome.
Yeah.
That's what I have. And basically it's an umbrella of symptoms. So like you name it, it's probably in that umbrella. So my main symptoms were dizziness, lightheadedness, fainting, seizures, my hands cramped up, my intolerance to the cold. Yeah, basically those are my main symptoms. And it happened like almost a year ago when I started having these small seizures. They're called absent seizures or absence seizures. And it's basically, it looks like you're just zoning off. Mm-hmm. But really, I couldn't hear anything or like see anything. Like I don't remember any of the time that I'm in them. But I'm really glad that they're harmless, because that would be a lot more concerning. I probably wouldn't be swimming. But they were happening for so long. I had to visit the neurologist so many times, and I got a lot of tests done, like EEGs, where they had, all the stuff on my head, to like see your brain waves or brain activity. So they basically tried to induce a seizure to see the brain activity, and so they can diagnose you with epilepsy. But every time I didn't have a seizure, because POTS doesn't really get triggered. It's more of just like it happens during very specific moments. Yeah. And mine was swimming whenever I did any activity, because POTS is intolerance to activity, but it's also really good to do activity as someone with POTS. So it's very difficult. But finally I had a seizure during one of my EEGs, and my brain activity was regular. Mm-hmm. So they were like, okay, we're going to like do more like research on this stuff. They thought it was anxiety or stress related seizures, called PNES seizures, which is the symptoms I have. But and I finally got referred to a cardiologist, and he was amazing. He was an expert in POTS, because he was like, so many people go undiagnosed with this, but it's really common. Apparently it's really common since COVID. A lot of people have gotten it, and it's mainly common in females or young females. So basically I just got on this medicine for it and a salt tab on it, because you need to have a lot of salt and a lot of water so that nothing bad happens. The problem with this diagnosis is that there's nothing you can do to treat the seizures, but it can help the other symptoms. Yeah. So, and since the other symptoms lessened, so did the seizures a little bit. So the past like month I've been doing a lot better. Every now and then they do flare up, like Monday was not very good, but like other than that they've been pretty good. Yeah, and
I love how you always remain positive about it. I mean, even when telling this story, it seems like you kind of just wanted to dissect it and figure it out anymore. But really, it was really hard. I know it was hard on her, and it was definitely hard on me. Definitely hard on our whole family, just trying to figure this out. And frankly, it made me really mad at times. Like the doctors, I wish I could have like a word with some of them, but it was really hard. And she's pushed through, and we're definitely in an upward trajectory, and we're looking pretty good with that. I know you've been struggling a little bit. I mean, freshman year of Razor is no easy task. I went through it. She went through, or she's going through it. I kind of wanted to discuss where you're at right now. Yeah. How confident you're feeling going into this final quarter, and if there's anything you've picked up or anything you've learned to help you kind of navigate through this tough year through biology and geometry and all those 8 classes. I mean, I take like 4.
Yeah, I'm taking 8 classes, but some of them is like PE.
Yeah.
In freshman success. Biology is my hardest class. I do biology honors right now. So, and then I'm also taking geometry honors, which I love. I love math. I love geometry. It's not that hard for me.
I hate math. Sorry.
Yeah, I've gotten an A in all quarters so far of Mr. Diener's class.
It's a pretty hard class too. So.
Yeah, apparently it's pretty hard. Some would say. Yeah. But I love that class so much. I'm doing English 2 honors. Not that hard. Yeah. I thought it'd be harder. It's Miss Gupser, so she's super nice. I love her. Mm-hmm. PE is awesome.
And then a while back, Reid had a knee problem. I'm
Right.
trying to remember how that started. Wasn't it something in like
Oh.
gym class?
I think it was in the backyard, but my dad thinks it was in the gym. I can explain it.
But
It
I
was
wanted to
crazy.
talk about just how you went through that and
That was my prime.
overall. I mean, through these 3 experiences we talked about, and there's obviously much more.
Yeah.
Like everyone's been through struggles, but what your piece of advice would be to anyone
Right.
going through
Okay.
anything tough? But
Yeah.
let's start off with knee surgery.
Okay. Knee surgery tomorrow. Okay, so I had knee surgery in 7th grade, but the problems started in 5th grade. I think the first time that like the problem started to occur was when I was in the backyard. I remember I didn't have my phone at the time. I was in 5th grade, and I had my big old iPad out there on a little tumble track, and I was listening to Watermelon Sugar by Harry Styles. And I was a former gymnast. Like I was not good.
She's just kind of a pro.
I was not good. I didn't get past level silver.
Whatever that means.
Yeah, like one of the lowest levels. But I just wanted to go back out there and like do some gymnastics again because it'd been like a year, and I was tumbling and I did a cartwheel, and I remember my leg getting like locked in the air like this. It just gets stuck.
Yeah.
And it was so painful. I was like sobbing. I was like, and I called my mom on my iPad. And they came running outside. Tug was out there. Everybody was there. And I had to go to the ER that night, but they just slapped a brace on it and said, like, give it 2 weeks. They did an x-ray. They never did an MRI.
Yeah.
So I was like, and in 2 weeks, it was fine. Like, I could move it again because it was a locking situation. It wasn't like an actual injury. And then from then on, like, every time I did physical activity, my knee would lock up and just get stuck like this. And it was pretty miserable. I remember one time I was at an open water meet.
Oh, yeah.
And I was only swimming, I think I was swimming the
5K.
I think it was a 3K.
3K.
Something like that.
Swimming a 3K, by the way. In a lake. Continue.
Horrible. So, and I was like 10. Oh, no, I was like 11 or something. And I remember I was like fine going in, and then halfway my knee locked up in the middle of the lake. So I had to DQ myself. I had to like swim over to a little kayak, be like, hey, something's wrong with my knee. They're like, are you sure you want to get out right now? Like, you get disqualified if you touch this kayak. And I was like, I have to get out. And so they put me on a boat. I came back, had to go to the little tent thing, and everyone was like, you have IT band syndrome. Like, this is what it is. This is how you, they just didn't know what they were doing.
Yeah.
Moms thought it was kind of in my head a little bit. Like, it was more of a mental thing. And then finally, so that was like probably the worst time. And then at practice all the time it would lock up and I couldn't swim ever. And then in 7th grade, my dad finally decided that I need to go to like an orthopedic surgeon guy. And he was like, hey, let's do an MRI on her knee. I don't know why they haven't done that before. They did the MRI, and sure enough, my meniscus in my knee was shaped differently. So your meniscus is shaped like a C, usually. Like, I don't know where. I think it's either like that or like that in your like in your knee. But mine was a donut, so it had like a little. It was like that. And every time I did activity, it would fold and get stuck, and I had to force it back. And that's what was happening to me. And it didn't affect me until I grew. Like once I started growing, that's what happened.
It's really gross.
Yeah. So he was like, okay, yeah. They referred me. They were like, you can either get surgery in like a month or during the summer. And I was like, I'm not getting it in the summer because I wouldn't be able to swim. I wouldn't be able to tan. I wouldn't be able to, it would just be miserable. So I was like, I'm getting it over with. I'd also have to do with like the rest of the year locking it up. That would be horrible. So I decided to get the surgery. The surgery was like pretty small. Like, I don't know if they won't be able to see it, but like you see this, like they like put.
I see it.
They put little like tools in my knee, and they basically carved out my meniscus to make it shaped regular. And then when they were in the surgery, I think they saw like a tear, or like they made a tear or something, so they had to like repair that too. So my recovery time was like 2 weeks longer, or 2 months longer.
What a bunch of jerks.
Yeah. So my recovery was like about 9 months. I was doing PT for almost a year. I couldn't swim for like 6 months, 5 months.
Yeah.
I can't really remember. Crutches for a month. Brace for like 4 months.
But we're here now.
Yeah, boy. I can swim every single stroke, boy.
So now that we've gone through all that,
right?
Do you have any piece of advice? Anything that kept you like mentally sane through all these experiences?
Uh,
Any like motto of some sort? Because for me, it was always law of attraction with Dad.
Mine is probably I mean, just think that like it could be worse. Like you could like think of what you do have if you're struggling. So during my seizures and stuff, like there was a really bad time where I fell over. It was right after Christmas break, and like I fell over and had like the full on type of seizure. And I just remembered like going to the doctor, and they were like, "Yeah, you can still swim, even though I had that." And that just reminded me, like, I can still swim and I can still do all of this, even though things aren't looking too good right now. And the fact that I didn't quit, like, just don't quit. I was on the verge. I remember telling you in the car, like, I want to quit, because this stuff is so mental. Like, it really affects you mentally. Like, I wanted to quit swim so many times just because of my knee or just because of my seizures, but
you just gotta think of what you do have.
Yeah, you think of what you do have, and it takes time. Like, be patient. It took a year to solve what's happening, and now I'm able to go to practice every day and practically stay in the water the whole time, and I'm doing a lot better now. So just be patient.
Well, on that note, I mean, Reid obviously has been dealing with stuff, but I've been working on this thing for a really long time, or not really long time, but about a week of I guess getting a lot of people to come together and kind of make something for you. So I just wanted to show that. It took a really long time to download. So here we go.
Hi guys.
The melody of
Reid, as you're probably aware by now, Wade has asked if you
This is 7 minutes long, by the way.
Okay.
about you. I just wanted to say that most people's answer will be, "Oh, she's so sweet," and I believe that 100% to be true. But Reid is so much more than just sweet. She is so outspoken about things that she believes in, which is an amazing quality. She's so friendly, a friend to everyone. If anyone ever had a problem, they could come to Reid, and she would be there as an empathetic listener and just a friend to all. She's stubborn in all the good and bad ways. She's silly. She's funny. She's unique. She's artistic. She's an amazing daughter. She stands up for what is right always. She doesn't stand down from confrontation when it's necessary. And above all else, she has a heart of gold, and she will do anything for anyone. And Reid, I'll never stop asking you if you're okay, because I always want to know how you are doing. Sometimes it is about you. So I love you so much. I'm so proud of you. You're so resilient as well. I forgot to say resilient. And you are strong, independent, resilient, and you're going to do amazing things in this world. Love you so much.
So what do I love most about my baby girl? It's impossible to name all of them, but if I was going to narrow it down to just a few, I would say I love her carefree spirit and attitude and just desire to have fun in everything she does. I would say her determination and will and her ability to overcome some of the hardest things and make them look easy. But most of all, I would say her kind-heartedness, certainly towards her friends, her family, and her dog. Reid is a beautiful person inside and out. And most of all, I'm just happy that she's my baby girl.
There are many things I love about Reid, but without a doubt, the thing I love and admire the most is the way she deals with hardship and adversity. Reid has gone through a lot of things in her life that have affected the things she loves, like swimming and hanging out with friends, and like her knee and recently POTS syndrome. And both of those have been very long battles. And during those battles, she rarely complained, if any, and she was very optimistic about the whole thing. She could have easily complained and let it run her life, but instead she took it head on and had a good attitude about it, and that's honestly astonishing, and I love that about her.
Chris!
It took me a while to figure out what was my favorite thing that I love about Reid, because there's so many things. But I guess it would have to be how compassionate she is. Her love of everybody and everything. Like when she wanted the deaf to be able to understand a song, so she would learn the song and be able to sign it at a school function,
School.
or when it comes to a special needs uncle or a special needs cousin. She's just always been tender and loving. She knows no enemy. She sees nothing but good in everyone. And that is a quality that not a lot of people have. So if I had to say the one thing that I love the most about Reid, is that she is the most compassionate person I have ever met in my life. And we need more people like her.
One thing I love about Reid is that she keeps on working, and she always helps me to have a more positive mindset.
So I know I could say a lot
Grace!
about what I love about Reid, because there's just so many things to love about her. But even though I've only met her like this year, I feel like we've grown like a really great friendship. And a couple things I can say I really love about her is how positive she is about everything. Like, biology is rough. It's rough. But she's always so positive about it, and it's absolutely amazing. And she also has an amazing sense of humor, and she's great to talk to. Love you, Reid.
Oh.
One thing I love about Reid is that she's super sweet and she never fails to make me laugh.
I made a list of
Gabby!
things
Oh
I
my
love
gosh.
about Reid. So number one, we have kindness that she shows to everyone, and then how she's really funny and how she makes me giggle when I'm a little sad. And then I love how confident she is in herself. She's just like completely herself, and I love it. I love how generous she is. I love how like positive she is all the time, and she just like radiates like warmth and like compassion and just like draws you in. I love you, Reid.
Some things that I love about Reid are that she's so kind to everyone around her. She's always super welcoming. And I also feel like she's just a reminder that you can be whoever you want to be, or you can just be yourself, and people will still like you.
What I love about Reid is how she's always trying to brighten people's days, and even though I haven't known her for long, I think she's one of the funniest and sweetest girls I've ever met.
One thing that I love about Reid
John.
is that she's always
John.
optimistic and smiling and just always boosts everyone's mood.
Okay, so it's my turn to say a couple things I love about Reid. I'm gonna keep my voice down because she's right next door. This is right off the dome, so no like lists or anything. But Reid is my best friend. I love every second I get with her, even if sometimes it seems like I don't appreciate it. It all goes to heart. Reid is the most caring and gentle yet exciting person I've ever met. She cares truly about everyone's feelings, even if they're like not nice to her or treat her different, and she really shows her appreciation for me just through how much time we spend together on the swim credits and everything. And I think we have the same sense of humor. I always enjoy the car rides. I mean, even if we're not talking, listening to music, something like that, just always, it's always those small moments that you can't really describe, and they're not really that important, but all those stacked up that much time, I'm really gonna miss it. I love you, Reid.
Oh. Wait. Give me a huggy. I love you. That is so nice, Reid.
So I
Don't
made that.
cry.
Sorry, I'm crying a little bit,
Lady.
but
Lady.
just really glad
I love you.
you're
Lady.
still doing your thing. Okay, so I've calmed down a little bit.
No, you haven't.
I've cried 4 times making that and watching that, so that was really fun. But that kind of wraps up our episode. I really thank y'all for watching these 4 episodes. I love my sister, if you can't tell. Reid, if you have anything to say to the audience, let them know. Follow Reid on Instagram and subscribe to the channel, please. And this has been Poddy Time. Thank you so much for watching.
See ya. Lady.
Hi guys. Reid, as you're probably aware by now, Wade has asked a few people just to say a little something about you. I just wanted to say that most people's answer will be, oh, she's so sweet. And I believe that 100% to be true. But Reid is so much more than just sweet. She is so outspoken about things that she believes in, which is an amazing quality. She's so friendly, a friend to everyone. If anyone ever had a problem, they could come to Reid and she would be there as an empathetic listener and just a friend to all. She's stubborn in all the good and bad ways. She's silly. She's funny. She's unique. She's artistic. She's an amazing daughter. She stands up for what is right always. She doesn't stand down from confrontation when it's necessary. And above all else, she has a heart of gold and she will do anything for anyone. And Reid, I will never stop asking you if you're okay, because I always want to know how you are doing. Sometimes it is about you. So I love you so much. I'm so proud of you. You're so resilient as well. I forgot to say resilient. And you're strong, independent, resilient, and you're going to do amazing things in this world. Love you so much.
So what do I love most about my baby girl? It's impossible to name all of them, but if I was going to narrow it down to just a few, I would say I love her carefree spirit and attitude and just desire to have fun in everything she does. I would say her determination and will and her ability to overcome some of the hardest things and make them look easy. But most of all, I would say her kind-heartedness, certainly towards her friends, her family, and her dog. Reid is a beautiful person inside and out. And most of all, I'm just happy that she's my baby girl.
There are many things I love about Reid, but without a doubt, the thing I love and admire the most is the way she deals with hardship and adversity. Reid has gone through a lot of things in her life that have affected the things she loves, like swimming and hanging out with friends, and like her knee and recently POTS syndrome. And both of those have been very long battles. And during those battles, she rarely complained, if any, and she was very optimistic about the whole thing. She could have easily complained and let it run her life, but instead she took it head on and had a good attitude about it, and that's honestly astonishing, and I love that about her.
It took me a while to figure out what was my favorite thing that I love about Reid, because there's so many things. But I guess it would have to be how compassionate she is. Her love of everybody and everything. Like when she wanted the deaf to be able to understand a song, because she would learn the song and be able to sign it at a school function. Or when it comes to a special needs uncle or a special needs cousin, she's just always been tender and loving. She knows no enemy. She sees nothing but good in everyone. And that is a quality that not a lot of people have. So if I had to say the one thing that I love the most about Reid, is that she is the most compassionate person I have ever met in my life. And we need more people like her.
One thing I love about Reid is that she's super hardworking and she always helps me to have a more positive mindset. Yay!
Hi, so I know I could say a lot of things about what I love about Reid because there's just so many things to love about her. But even though I've only met her like this year, I feel like we've grown like a really great friendship. And a couple things I can say I really love about her is how positive she is about everything. Like, biology is rough. It's rough. But she's always so positive about it, and it's absolutely amazing. And she also has an amazing sense of humor, and she's great to talk to. Love you, Reid.
One thing I love about Reid is that she's super sweet, and she never fails to make me laugh.
I made a list of things I love about Reid. So number 1, we have kindness that she shows to everyone, and then how she's really funny and how she makes me giggle when I'm a little sad. And then I love how confident she is in herself. She's just completely herself, and I love it. I love how generous she is. I love how positive she is all the time, and she just radiates warmth and compassion and just draws you in. I love you, Reid.
Some things that I love about Reid are that she's so kind to everyone around her, she's always super welcoming, and I also feel like she's just a reminder that you can be whoever you want to be, or you can just be yourself and people will still like you.
What I love about Reid is how she's always trying to brighten people's days, and even though I haven't known her for long, I think she's one of the funniest and sweetest girls I've ever met.
One thing that I love about Reid is that she's always optimistic and smiling and just always boosts everyone's mood.
Okay, so it's my turn to say a couple things I love about Reid. I'm gonna keep my voice down because she's right next door. This is right off the dome, so no like lists or anything. But Reid is my best friend. I love every second I get with her. Even if sometimes it seems like I don't appreciate it. It all goes to heart. Reid is the most caring and gentle yet exciting person I've ever met. She cares truly about everyone's feelings, even if they're like not nice to her or treat her different, and she really shows her appreciation for me just through how much time we spend together going to swim practice and everything. And I think we have the same sense of humor. I always enjoy the car rides. I mean, even if we're not talking, listening to music, something like that. It's always those small moments that you can't really describe, and they're not really that important, but all those stacked up, and that much time, I'm really gonna miss it. I love you, Reid.